Shalom, children. Do you remember which appointed time comes after the week of Passover and unleavened bread? Shavuot. We will begin our story today when it was time for the children of Israel to go up to Jerusalem for that particular feast. In those days, a traveler to the city of Jerusalem would have had the opportunity to see a very grand and beautiful temple, which had taken many years to rebuild. The city was surrounded by walls for protection, and several gates allowed visitors to go in and out. North of the temple area was one such gate called the Sheep Gate. Nearby to the Sheep Gate was a pool called Bethesda, or Beit Chesed, which means house of mercy. Every now and then, the water in the pool naturally bubbled up. A tradition developed saying if anyone was sick, they could enter the pool as it bubbled or stirred, and they would be healed from their condition. As you can imagine, many sick people who were infirm, blind, and lame came from all around to gather at the water to wait for its supposed healing powers. One such person among the crowd was a man who had been infirm for 38 years. What a terribly long time to be ill and not be able to do all the things he wanted to do. All he could do was to lay on his rolled out mat and feel very sad about his situation. Yeshua had traveled up to Jerusalem for the feast. On the Sabbath day, he entered into the city area via the Sheep Gate and walked past the Beit Chesed pool. When he saw the man laying there helplessly on his mat, he asked him, "Do you desire to be made whole?" The man told Yeshua that he didn't have anyone to help him get into the water. He told Yeshua that every time it bubbled up, someone else got in before him. Yeshua wanted to help the man, but he didn't offer to help him get down into the water. No, he said to the man, "Get up, roll up your bed, and walk." Immediately the man was made whole. He took up his mat and he walked. Oh, how wonderful he must have felt after being sick for so many years. Now, his bed wasn't a great big mattress like the one you may sleep on at night. It would have rolled up very small. As he walked past some of the Pharisee leaders, they told him off, saying he was breaking the Sabbath rules. But what was he doing? When we learn about the rules for the Sabbath from the Torah, there is nothing that this man was doing that was going against what Adonai had told Moshe. So what rules did the man break that caused the Pharisees to be so upset? Well, the Pharisees wanted everyone to follow the Torah, so they made new laws, which they thought would help the people to keep the Torah better. In fact, they made hundreds and hundreds of new laws and told the people they must follow them. It sounds like the Pharisees really loved Adonai, doesn't it? Let's test it against what the book of Devarim or Deuteronomy says. "And now, Israel, listen to the laws and right rulings which I am teaching you to do, so that you shall live and shall go in and possess the land which Yahweh Elohim of your fathers is giving you. Do not add to the word which I command you, and do not take away from it, so as to guard the commands of Yah your Elohim." Oh dear. even though something may sound good, and a person may have good intentions, if it doesn't agree with the word of Adonai, we must not take it as being the truth. All those extra laws that the Pharisees had made, they didn't help the people to keep Adonai's Torah. Instead, life became a burden. And we know that Yahweh's instructions were not to be seen as such, for he said to Moshe, "This command which I am commanding you today is not too hard for you." The healed man stood before the Pharisee leaders and told them, "The one who made me whole, he said, 'Pick up your mat and walk.'" But when they asked him who this man was, he didn't know, and so he couldn't tell them his name. The healed man walked off and into the temple area. Yeshua came up to him saying, "Behold, you are now made whole." He told him not to walk in lawlessness, or something even worse than his sickness would come upon him. The man went to the religious leaders and told them that he now knew it was Yeshua who had made him whole. The leaders were very angry with Yeshua for telling the man to carry his mat and thus break one of their laws. They wanted to find Yeshua and kill him. Oh no! Yeshua dealt with their accusations by telling the Pharisee leaders that whatever the Father does, the Son does the same. Yeshua said that Moshe and the prophets all spoke about him, but because they preferred to honor each other and not the Father, they could not accept the things Yeshua taught and the signs he did. He told them that the hour is coming when the dead will hear the voice of the Son of Elohim, and those who hear shall live. Yeshua returned to the Galilee area, and news of what he was teaching and the signs he did were told all around. When he taught in their synagogues, he was praised by all. The man in our story today was truly blessed after his meeting with Yeshua. Do you think he listened to Yeshua's warning and continued to walk in Torah? I do hope so. Well, children, that is the end of our story for today. So we will see you next time for another exciting journey in the life of Yeshua. Shalom.
Patiently waiting for an answer from Yahweh. To my surprise, you heard my cry and you came to me. You pulled me out of the pit where I was slipping in the clay. Set my feet on a rock, I know I'm here to stay. There's a new song in my heart, there's a new song in my mouth. Many will see and many will trust Yahweh. There's a new song in my heart, there's a new song